Welcome back to class. Today we're going to talk about math instruction. We're going to talk about some math areas and the role of assessment in planning for math instruction. Then we will talk about some strategies for teaching math to learners who are struggling. As we do for other domains, we're concerning the same things in the math area. We want to address important early learning standards in math within the context of a developmentally appropriate environment. From national data, researchers found that only 8% of school day are used for math instruction in pre-K. There must be more systematic math instruction. So teachers first need to understand how math concept develop. So very famous early math skill people, Dr. Clements and Dr. Samara, created a table of math learning trajectories in each sub-math skill areas. So this is an example of how learning trajectory for patterning and early algebra looks like. Understanding trajectory of early math skills relevant to your student is the first step in providing high quality early math instruction. Then we should be able to answer these critical questions before developing math instruction. How do you know what to teach an individual child who is struggling with math? How can you tell if the child is making adequate progress? So you're going to do some assessment before you planning on instruction. So the textbook recommends using curriculum-based measurement, which means as you teach a thing with a specific curriculum, you're going to measure your students' progress using the curriculum-based measurement. Curriculum-based measurement, CBM, is conducted on a regular basis, like once a week as you teach, and all skills in the instructional curriculum are assessed by each test or prob across the school years. So let's see the example below. So you see the link right there, right? That's the link for curriculum-based measurement generator teacher can utilize. So I use the link. This is example of number identification test. So if you teach number identification concept and if you want to do some assessment or progress monitoring, then you can generate a test like this, left side, beginning of year, so you can generate a test. And then at the end of year, you can generate another test, so you can do some comparison. So you can see if your student can identify each number. The good thing of this tool is very flexible, so you can set the lowest number, for example, the lowest number and the highest number to be included in each test. For many current math curricula, we see many problems, such as not enough examples, so concepts are abstract for students. Students do not have enough exposure or instruction in new content. Students don't have enough opportunities to apply the concepts. Curricula do not build in enough formative assessment. To overcome those problems, the first step is always in understanding students' learning trajectory. And we have to teach and provide age-appropriate or developmentally appropriate concepts or skills, especially in math area, right? So for young children, the primary goal should be on reasoning and problem solving. Of course, they can use some visual cues, artifacts, or alternatives to learn different math concepts. So teacher can utilize fact table or number lines, different visual cues or artifacts. The second second step is that teachers will provide an environment rich in opportunity to engage in math skills. Then teachers will teach the students with recommended practices. Those are some examples of recommended strategies for math instruction. Teacher can simplify vocabulary, use visual cues or manipulatives, or teacher can make explicit connections between new skills and prior knowledge. The examples of manipulatives teacher can use by different math skills are well summarized in this table. It is very important for teacher to make explicit connections between new skills and prior knowledge by engaging in math talk in pre-K classroom. So this is an example of math talk. So students can naturally expose to math vocabularies and concepts. So let's talk about more systematic instruction strategy and evidence-based strategy. There are 3 different examples I want to introduce. The first one is touch math. So as you see in the picture, it's a well-known whole package math curriculum, and the curriculum is developed aligning with common core standards, and they have different curriculum for different age groups, and they also have the curriculum for all children in general ed classroom as well as sped children only. You can also utilize constant time delay procedures or progressive time delay for math skill. So first thing, you have to identify the objective for your specific students depending on where your student is in terms of math skills. Then you're going to identify the outcome, the objective. Then you can utilize the constant time delay or progressive time delay procedures as needed. The procedures will be the same or similar to what we have practiced a couple of weeks ago. Curriculum modification is another very important instructional strategy you can consider to use. So you can modify materials, incorporate favorite objects and fun activities, and simplify tasks. Now, you can also use embedded instruction to teach math concept. So you can embed some prompting strategy in the natural environment to teach math concept. Now we're going to watch a short video clip using a teacher use embedded instruction to teach a math concept. As you watch the video clip, please try to find the answers for these questions. What math concepts was the teacher supporting? And what kind of prompt was used to teach the student?
Here comes the car. Park the car next to the garage. That's next to the garage. Way to go. There's one next to and one inside. You parked next to the garage.
Yeah.
So in the video, directionality and spatial sense was a concept the teacher focused on. And then gestural prompts plus verbal prompts were used together, right? And then after students complete that behavior, the teacher provide verbal praise as a reinforcement. Now, I want to briefly talk about your case study part 2 as you're preparing. So, for your case study part 2, you're going to develop one IEP objective or goal in literacy or numeracy, right? Once you develop that objective, make sure to check if your objective has all 5 elements: student, behavior, condition, criteria, and master of behavior. So don't make your objective potato, which means you're going to make it observable and measurable. So you should have all 5 different elements in your objective. Then you have to find a really well-matched data collection method. How you do that? You're going to see your criteria. If your criteria says 80% accuracy, then you're going to use percentage system, right? Because that's matching. If you said 17 out of 20 correct response, then you're going to count the response. So you're going to use frequency. That's how you pick, right? If you're measuring the length of time in your objective, then you're going to use duration. If you're measuring the length of time that elapses before the student begins performing the behavior, then you're going to use latency. So make sure that your objectives and data collection methods are well matched. These are the example again for data collection methods. Frequency, rate, percentage, the duration, latency, interval recording, and momentary time sampling. You're going to use one of these or some of these methods to measure students' progress on the objective you develop. Now, you're going to connect your objective with data collection methods. If you have any questions or concern about finding matching data collection methods, then email me. I'll help you find the matching data collection method for you.